Looking for a place to test your golf game against fellow amateurs with similar skills and the same passion for the game? Whether you are a weekend warrior with a competitive fire or an elite amateur looking for opportunities to hone your tournament performance, the Amateur Players Tour has a home for you. Go to amateurplayerstour.com today to join the only AM tour on the continent created by the players and for the players.
Now on the tee from Las Vegas, from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Thursday Night Live. 2.5 weeks out from Pinehurst. Jody with the Giants hat on. That's good. Well played. How are you doing tonight, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing good, man. I'm a huge West Coast guy. Love my Giants. Can't wait to see him smash the Dodgers right in the mouth.
Yeah, I really thought when they played that Clayton Kershaw commercial in the ninth, going into the top of the ninth, I'm like, man, that's got to be some good mojo for our Cardinals. And, it looked promising, but, we were like 0 for 274 with runners in scoring position. It's not going to get it done. So,
yeah, the last 3 or 4 innings of that game were not good for the Cards. Not good.
It wasn't good. I was like, we've been so busy with APT. I'm getting a bunch of calls and texts because I was a little active on social media last night cheering for the Cardinals. Um, and I was like, I really can't be mad because we've been so busy with the APT. I was like, man, that is the first full baseball game I'd watched all season long. So I really can't be mad because we're getting our starting lineup last night. I'm like, Tyler O'Neill hitting third? Really? I'm like, what in the world? Like Paul DeYoung's not playing today. Like I've been so far out of it because we've been so busy getting ready for Pinehurst. But man, I can't tell you, I'm getting more and more excited as the day goes on. We're working, getting all the final last minute preparations. All the tea gifts are now ordered and in production as of this afternoon. Everything's ready to go, and it's starting to become real. What do you think?
Oh, I know. I mean, there's so much work that's been going on for the last several months, and then here we are just a couple weeks out, and we're like, oh my gosh, we've still got so much to do and get done. It's been great. You and I got a lot worked out today.
Right.
Working on yardages and tees and getting everything set up for that. So excited to get down there on Thursday before the event. You and I are both going to be in town on Thursday to start doing our recon work and making sure everything's the way it needs to be. So we'll have several days to ensure that everybody gets a premium experience on Monday morning when the balls hit the air.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's going to be fun to get the recon work in, working with Pinehurst. And it was funny. Our rep at Pinehurst is taking the weekend off. And so she wanted to email me because we've been communicating so much. She's like, hey, Matt, just so you know, I'm taking tomorrow off, so I'm not going to respond to any emails. But if you need something, here's my colleague. She'll be happy to help you. And I'm like, hey, we can take a day off. We've been communicating every day for the last month, I think, and working, getting hotel rooms and practice rounds and talking about the functionality and getting things ready to go. And it's going to be really good. It's been a lot of work, but it's going to be worth it. It's been fun to see everybody get excited to be down there, to see the golf courses, how good a shape they're in, getting them in prime time, and really excited to keep everybody on the Pinehurst property. It's just going to be a really, really special place to for us to really have our first North American Championship. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's one of those places that you feel what's going on there more than anything. There's a lot of golf courses that you go to and you see it with your eyes and kind of you can tell just by looking around that a place is really nice. And Pinehurst is one of those places that you just kind of feel it in your bones. There's a aura and an atmosphere when you walk those grounds, and it's not just number two. I mean, just the entire property collectively through the whole town. I mean, not even just walking through the village there, you just kind of feel the history of the place, and it's one of those areas of the country or the world that you go to that has a specific sense of place that it just feels like home when you're there. So I'm excited for those that have never been. I know we have a bunch of folks in the Carolinas area that have been there and get a chance to go on, maybe a couple times a year. But for those of us that are going in that have never played or spent any time in the Sandhills, man, I'm excited for you to get that first experience because it's just a great place. The golf is fun. The people are great. Just the culture itself is incredible. So it's going to be a absolutely exciting time with all of our members.
Right. I guess I'll answer Rocky's question in the feed. It cracks me up. He said, "Will the greens have already been aerated or sandy?" No, Rocky. We're literally going the most prime week of the year. There's a reason why we don't do majors and shoulder seasons, and that's the reason. This is one of their busiest weeks of the year. They're going to be everything's going to be tip top shape. Their prime season won't end until the second week in November, and so the golf course will be as good as it'll be all year. You will not be disappointed in conditions. So yeah, it's gonna be good. Where do you think first place we're gonna go Thursday night when we roll into town?
Is that a rhetorical question or?
Well, I'm just saying for the guys. I mean, we could be going to Will Morgan's house, I guess, but
Right?
where do you
Barbecue in the backyard?
little barbecue in the backyard? But no,
I wouldn't
where are we going?
I wouldn't be surprised if we end up at the brewery to have a little light bite and some drinks with the guys. It'd be a great spot to gather.
I wonder if Bray Garski will meet us over there.
Look, I don't think that guy's going to need to have his arm twisted to have a drink or two.
No, I don't think so. He's pretty good. He's been good to us. It's been fun. But yeah, lots of things to talk about tonight for certain. You know, I know we spent a couple hours on our new Teams platform today talking about tee setups, course setups for all the golf courses. I know everybody's been freaking out. I get like 5 emails a day. You know, what are the tees going to look like? And so we can certainly talk some about that. We're not going to finalize any yardages until we actually get down there. I mean, that's part of the thing about setting up a golf course, right? I don't want to tell you exactly where we're going to set you until we walk the hole. You know, we're going to look at landing areas. We're going to look at forced carries. We're going to look at dog legs and make sure, you know, the right distances are on each hole. And it takes a little extra work to do that, but you know, we certainly think that's the way to go. So it's going to be a great experience for everyone. We're really excited. First thing we want to talk about tonight, though, and we'll do this right after commercial break, is the 2 Under Challenge, and we're going to be joined by our friend Jack Curry. So check out this message from 2 Under.
2 Under. Quality fabrics, no roll waistband, Joey pouch, elevate and separate, no chafing. What more could you ask for?
Best underwear in the game.
Elevate and separate.
I've only got one word to say: flamingos.
I will say this: the St. Louis Founders Cup team elevated and separated themselves from the Nashville Founders Cup team. Sadly, it happened. Look, if you lose a session 8-2, it's kind of hard to overcome. So I guess
we were like Team Europe, and
we're the Americans because we can't do alternate shot. So we raced out to a little lead in 4-ball and just got absolutely waxed in alternate shot.
I got to go back to Rocky and his comment. Is this chafing thing verified? Absolutely, 100 freaking %. It will change your life. If you're tired of being miserable on the golf course after walking 18 holes, we'll let Jack tell you how to get some 2 under tonight, and you won't have that issue anymore.
I'll say this: Saturday at the Founders Cup in Tunica, for 12 hours, essentially, well, we'll say 10 hours on the golf course with all the rain delays, pouring down rain. Matt and Tyler Feeser had to run away scared after we birdied the first hole on them in the pouring rain. They didn't want any of that. So in and out of the rain all day. It's still hot and muggy in Mississippi this time of year. I can tell you that the one part of my body that was dry and comfortable without question was my Joey pouch.
Definitely. Well, speaking of that, I think that's the perfect segue to bring in Mr. Joey Pouch. Jack Curry, how are you doing tonight, my friends?
I'm doing well, guys. Good to see you all.
Yeah, good to see you too. I mean, we're getting better at these segue things. I know we're still relatively new to the podcast game, but I thought that was a pretty good one, Jody. So I give you an A+ for effort tonight. So
yeah, you definitely get an A+ on that one, Jody. That was well done.
Well, I only speak in truths here, so I don't have to stretch the truth when I'm talking about my 2 under experience.
Yeah, it's we're blessed. There's no doubt. There's a lot of men in this world that are enjoying the benefits of the Joey pouch and what they do for men's valuables. That's for sure.
I will proudly scream that, fly that banner from the mountaintop.
Well, we can't take full claim and stake it, but I can tell you that every single Ryder Cup player, captain, vice captain, caddy, and everybody on Sirius XM who was walking that golf course, which was treacherous, We're wearing 2 under, and we were the winning team. So I will say that we'll have to take a little credit.
Absolutely.
Just saying. And I know Jody, we walked Whistling Straits a couple times in July, and it would not have been pleasant without the 2 under. But it's been fun, Jack. We were able to be on a conference call today. We appreciate the introduction you made for us. Not quite ready to announce another game-changing national sponsor for the APT, but I'm pretty excited about the product that those guys have to offer. Cannot wait to share that with everybody here in the next couple of weeks. Man, the benefits keep growing to join the APT. So appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad we had an opportunity to bring them into the fold and at least get to talk to you both. And I agree, it is a game changer, and it'll be great for everybody's game. But we certainly appreciate. I can tell you that our relationship that we developed this year has been extra special, and we value that relationship with all the members and you and the exec team. It's been great. The support's been fantastic, pun intended. But we're definitely carrying forward for 2022, and look forward to continuing to build this relationship even better and better every single year.
Yeah, well, definitely. Well, I know, and our members, if you've not tried 2 under, especially if you're coming to Pinehurst, you're going to get to see Jack, and he'll be there. And 2 under is going to be, as they've been in so many of our tournaments, a major part of what we do. So we appreciate your support. You got some great tee gift opportunities for you all at Pinehurst. You'll get to meet Jack kind of if you've got questions about the product. And I just want to throw out, Ali was telling me, just yesterday, I was wearing my Whistling Straits long sleeve 2 under t-shirt. She's like, I need one of those. I just need to call Jack. I did steal it back. I thought she had stole it, and it just was kind of buried in the laundry for a couple of weeks. So I do have it back, which I'm excited about. But why don't you talk a little bit about your products? I know the fall line just came out, and and how our APT members can take advantage of getting some of that stuff in their hands.
Yeah, there's a lot of specials going on right now, especially the Ryder Cup. Obviously, we're still carrying through with all the Ryder Cup stuff that's available that we have left. And there's 4 colors with Ryder Cup briefs, lots of Ryder Cup T-shirts that are available. And I think there's a sale still going on. If you buy one, you get the second at 50% off. Great value, great product. Our fall collection just launched yesterday, was announced, and we're very excited about that. Unfortunately, we had to deal with what everybody else did, and that's the late deliveries from the ports. The product's been sitting out there for 45 days, and we haven't been able to get it through the port and into our warehouses, either in Texas or in Canada. And it looks like it's going to be probably shippable 10/15. But the fall collection, we added a bunch of fun new prints. Our business has really changed. We have a lot of new fun prints that have been added, and we put in some of the Hawaiian prints we had for spring. We just changed the background to a dark background. We added some paisleys. We've got 3 new camos, a fire camo, a forest camo, and a water camo. We added 3 Mexican prints, the Sonora, the Cancun, and the Texica. And then for holiday, we're going to add for 11/1, we're going to have the gnomes, which you got to have for Christmas. And we've got Fireworks, Expo, and Kubert. So a lot of fun prints and all different leg lengths to accommodate the needs of what a guy wants to wear. 6-inch boxer briefs are number 1, far and away. But, there's guys that have a little larger quad or a little extra butt, and they want a 9-inch to go down over the quad or a 3-inch to be up above it. We have it. It's available and will be shippable. And then we've added some new polos for fall, some new socks. The socks have been just going crazy. Our ankle socks continue to resonate really well with the golfer, but now the look is pretty cool. Everybody's wearing a crew sock out on the golf course. Seeing even some of the pros and some of the people wearing them when they're wearing their shorts. And we've got matching socks to the briefs. APT Tour. Obviously, you guys in your store have some of those brief sock packs and 2-packs available. And then don't forget, everyone, the APT 20 is always in effect. That's the promo code that you can use on anything you purchase from 2 Under that's not already on sale. Just a reminder that it's not good on anything that's already on sale or bundled, but is good on anything else that you purchase in the line. So we certainly appreciate it. And I'm open for all the questions, whether it's on here or when we get to Pinehurst. I'm always available to help you to understand a little bit more about the product. I mean, the whole key for the product is the patent that's on the inside, and we talk about it all the time. And jokingly, we have fun with it because the Joey pouch is something different. But elevate and separate, as Ricky started to get his voice elevated, I thought maybe Alice and his wife was helping him there. But he necessarily really enjoys it. He's wearing it every day, and we're very blessed to have PGA Tour players, 17 NFL teams, and 70 major colleges wearing it every single day. And that's really what we've got to offer. The 2022 line is going to be over the top. I won't give you all the ideas of what's going on there, but I can tell you, expect a theme of 5 or 6 different variations in different prints coming for 2022 as well.
Sure. Well, you got a couple questions in the chat, Jack, for you.
Okay.
Wilson wants to know if you guys are going to have any 3X shirts in the future.
We are working on the T-shirts in 3X. That's a great question, Wilson. We have had it not only from people, regular consumers, but also the NFL guys are asking us. They love our tees. We're working on that. The biggest issue is not necessarily making the 3Xs right now, is getting them. The supply and demand from China is a mess right now, and it's all trickle-down effect of what happened from the COVID, 400,000 COVID patients in India, closed factories there because they couldn't go back to work. All that production was brought back into China, which overwhelmed the factories and definitely created a shortage of grade goods, which is called raw goods. And we haven't even been able to put the platen for the 3XL on the table to get cut because it's been that slow. And our T-shirts are delayed, and we're going to look like our February shipment will not arrive probably till late April, early May. And that's due to this whole pandemic that's created a nightmare overseas. So yeah, we'll say we will get it, but be patient.
No, I totally understand. I've been working on, our membership hats for 2022, because we obviously grew a little faster than we had thought. And so we're having to, reorder a bunch of stuff for next year. And we started the process in June, and, we're hoping to get them in February at this point, just because it is impossible to do anything. And at the volume, we have to order, everything comes from overseas. And so, and in this industry, there's not really a way around it. And so it'll be interesting, but we're continuing to push through it. Just want to throw a quick note. If you didn't get a scorecard holder and you signed up before June 1st, you should have got an email from us today with a $20 coupon. The scorecard holders with the same supply chain. If you ever want to just be sad for a minute, go and Google supply map at port right now and see all the ships that are sitting in the Pacific Ocean waiting to be unloaded and how long they've been there. We're just unable to get the supplies for more scorebooks. So everybody that was supposed to get one in that second wave that signed up after February 15th and before June 1st, we sent you a $20 coupon in your email today. And lots of 2 under to fly off the shelves with that as well. So make sure to check that out, amateurplayershop.com. Somebody's asking if that's the 2 under briefs behind me. It is. It does not sit here. It's the margaritas. We do have some of those in stock right now in the store. One of my favorite prints. Just so everybody knows, that does not sit on my desk all day, every day. I promise. It's just there for display tonight. So, but anyways, we need to get right into what everybody wants to find out. Jack, we've teamed up to do the 2 under challenge at Pinehurst.
Yes. Very
and
exciting.
So you want to talk a little bit like that, and we've actually we've sweetened the prize pool a little bit, and so we can talk about that here in a little bit. You want to talk about the 2 under challenge, or you want me to introduce it?
Go ahead and introduce it. I'll just follow up with you and reinforce what you're saying. I mean, it's your show, and we're here to support you.
Oh, I appreciate that. Well, 2 under challenge is a 2-man 54-hole event that we're gonna do concurrent with the North American Championship. It is going to be a 54-hole net Stableford competition. You're going to get 80% of your APT handicap. You can pick a partner in any division. It's completely net, and we'll crown champions at the end of the 54 holes on Wednesday. So 2 Under is teamed up to bring some of those project puddle jumper luggage is going to be part of the first prize. And you can enter this up to 2 times. And so you can have 2 different partners. So I could play with Jack as a team and enter, and then I can also enter with Jody as a team. It's $20 per entry per player. And so you can get in that way. First place team is going to get 2 Project Puddle Jumper carry-ons and 2 $250 Visa gift cards. So $1,000 prize package. The second place team is going to get 2 Project Puddle Jumper carry-ons and 2 $150 Visa gift cards. So that's an $800 value. The third place team, 2 Project Puddle Jumper carry-ons and $2 $100 Visa gift cards, $700 value. The fourth place team is going to get 2 $250 Visa gift cards for a $500 value. The fifth place team will get 2 $150 Visa gift cards for a $300 value. And the sixth place team will get 2 $100 Visa gift cards for a $200 value. So $3,500 prize pool for this little side game. We do have to put one caveat. We are going to pay prizes for this event in accordance with USJ rules, which means the most that you can win outside of the skins competition at the North American Championship is $750 plus a couple trophies. So, which we're not necessarily fans of, but we do really respect the USGA and the game of amateur golf. And so we are going to make sure that all of our prizes are paid in accordance with USGA rules. So what did I miss, Jack?
No, you didn't miss anything there. I think the whole key for everybody to understand, this puddle jumper is a great bag for everybody. If you're a traveler and that you're going anywhere, whether it's a short trip or not, you can actually pack about 5 or 6 days worth of clothes in this. It's got an expandable section on it to take it from 21 to 24 inches. It's got 5-inch wheels on it, military grade zippers, and lightweight, and really a very great piece to have with you, and complements everything that the APT Tour is doing. It's just a class project bag that you'll enjoy. As far as the competitive nature of this, there's a skins game going on. It's going to be fun. The 2-man challenge really allows us to just get out there and get some more camaraderie and get everybody playing together. That's why we're emphasizing you don't have to just have one partner. You can have 2, and they could be 2 different divisions that you're playing with, and still end up having a chance to win.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great time. I'm really looking forward to this challenge. It's gonna to keep people interested in different divisions on day 3. Some people will be playing different golf courses, and so definitely pick some people that you don't normally play with that you enjoy. It's going to be a good way to compete and keep things interesting. It's a net modified Stableford. So the scoring will be really similar to how the PGA Tour does their Stableford events. -1 for triple bogey, 0 for double, 1 for bogey, 2 for par, 4 for birdie, 8 for eagle, and 12 for double eagle. And so it'll be fun. You'll be able to make up some points, especially you're going to get 80% of your handicap. So there'll be some opportunities for some net eagles out there. It's going to be really fun. And so certainly recommend getting in. The easiest way to get in, you can either Venmo me to get in, which we'll have that information posted on our tournament info page, or at our registration on Sunday night, which we kind of want everybody to show up to. We'll have kind of a casual time to hang out, have some cocktails, get registered for everything. You're going to get a shopping experience with Turtleson. You've got a great gift from 2 Under to pick up. It's going to be just a really fun time on Sunday night, and then we'll get ready for everything to get started on Monday. And so we're pretty excited about that.
Hey,
Jack, yes, sir.
So just to clarify, if you happen to win one of these gifts and you win a puddle jumper and a gift card that goes along with that, do I need to spend that gift card before I leave town, or is that something I can just wait and open when I get back?
Well, I mean, it is a gift card, but it says Visa.
Oh, Visa.
So
it's an actual cash gift card, not something through the pro shop.
So you can use it wherever you see the Visa sign, which is like every restaurant, every grocery store, every retail outlet in America.
So I don't have to spend it at a golf shop.
Correct.
Okay.
You're right.
Just making sure.
Just clearing that up. Question coming in from Rick wants to know, can you get in when you get there? Absolutely. Sunday night, we're going to try to get everything Sunday night. If you do a late entry, if you get into town late, just let us know, and we'll be happy to get you in. Rex's question: if you happen to win more than $750, can you give free entries into future tournaments and play some money? The answer to that is no, because that would be a violation of your amateur status, and so not our rule. It's the USGA's. All that good stuff.
I feel you, Felix. Go Giants.
There we go.
And as much as I hate to say it, go Tampa Bay.
Yeah,
Please, for the love of God.
Of course, Peter wants to ask the hours. Hold on. Pulling up the hours.
Yeah, it's a good question.
4 to 8 is the hours.
Mm-hmm.
Sunday night.
Sunday night, 4 to 8.
Right. And
Sunday night, 4 to 8.
Everybody know where it is, Matt? Where do they have to go Sunday night?
To the St. Andrews room. So it's just down the hall from the pro shop. You can't miss it. It's a massive room. You have to walk right past it from the parking lot to get to the pro shop. So we'll be in there. We'll have, vendor booth set up. 200 will be there. Turtleson will be there. Motive, which we still got to talk about some Motive, because that's some life-changing stuff there. We'll have a lot going. Potentially this new sponsor, maybe. I don't know if we'll get all of that done and the product in time. But we'll tease that one a little bit longer. Brian was asking a question about caddies. You can bring spectators to Pinehurst, but you cannot bring a caddy to Pinehurst because they have a caddy program. They don't allow outside caddies. We are working to pre-reserve caddies for number 2 for those that want them, that qualify for number 2, but we're not having any caddies the first 2 rounds of the tournament. They don't have enough availability for it, and we can't bring in outside caddies based on their relationship with their caddy master. So caddies will not be allowed. But like I said, you can bring people as spectators. That's no problem. It's just they cannot caddy for you. I think it's also probably good, as we're here tonight, to talk about the total prizes, since that seems to be a topic of conversation, and honestly one that frustrates me, because there's a lot of things that happen in the amateur golf world that are pushing the limits, I guess. So from a prize standpoint, when we say you can have $750 in total prizes, that does not include the trophy, but includes everything else other than the skins game. And the only reason the skins game is it's considered gambling, which there's a whole bunch of different reasons why it's classified that we are careful. Well, I'm sure at some time as we get into the off season, Jody, we'll probably have a lengthy discussion about, the rules of amateur status, so everybody knows what's going on there. But you can get a trophy, and you can get the $750 as a max prize. Now, for those of you that are in contention for National Player of the Year, you can also win an additional $750 for the National Player of the Year, and that won't hurt your amateur status. And so if you win Pinehurst to win the National Player of the Year, you're actually going to walk away with $1,500 in prizes, because you'll win $750 for Pinehurst and then $750 for the National Player of the Year as well. More questions. Good stuff. Christopher wants to know how we pay for practice rounds. And so we're waiting on one response from Pinehurst to get the final fees and taxes and stuff. We are going to be invoicing you for that. So you'll get an email from us with a link to pay for your practice round, and we'll collect all of those beforehand. So we've got that. Lots of good questions tonight. Jody, I don't know the answer to this. So Peter wants to know, is the putting course, is it lighted?
I was actually just looking that up. I don't think it is.
No, it's not.
They've expanded it, but they've not put any lights. It's right there behind the clubhouse. So, look, Pinehurst is still a members club. So even though it's a public resort, it doesn't quite operate like a Sand Valley or Abandoned Dunes or something like that. So, they have regular hours, and they pretty much close up shop and go home when the sun finally goes down. So I do not believe it is lit. I'm sure Will Morgan will chime in.
Yeah, he confirmed it already, Jody.
All right. Good.
So So Jeff wants to know, if you win the tournament at Pinehurst, are you guaranteed to win the National Player of the Year? The answer to that is no. I mean, while you will win a ridiculous amount of points at Pinehurst because you bring the most points of any tournament in the biggest field, you're not guaranteed to win. Everything is based upon your position, the National Player of the Year, and the points as they're outlined in our rules. And so we're taking another day or so to get the field finalized. We've got a few people, that are still trying to come in, that had some credit card issues. As soon as we get that finalized, we will get the points and the purses posted, so you can kind of see where everything is. I will warn you, it'll be a little complicated with everybody on number 2. So there's prize pool available, lots of prize pool available on number 2. Prize pool right now is safely over $300 or $35,000, and still climbing. It's significantly more than that, but we're waiting until the final number to get the final number out. But a really big prize pool. It's going to be really fun. And, there's also going to be some things for those that don't qualify for number 2 to be able to, still win some money, still have a good time. So it's going to be a special event, and glad to share it with all of you in just 2.5 weeks.
Were you able to answer the one question about how many people are participating in the divisions?
I did not see that question.
Yes.
That came up. That's a good question.
We can answer that question.
Yes, we can.
So right now, currently in Division 1, we'll have 52 players. In Division 5 or Division 2, we'll have 85 players. Division 3 is 90. Division 4, 71, possibly 72. I think that's one of the ones that you were trying to resolve. And Division 5, 55 players.
Awesome. That's fantastic.
358, I believe, will be the final total count.
So,
right?
and Jake says 51 and D1 when Matt finally moves me to D3. So,
right. He keeps trying. Hey, it's a race. It's a race, Jake, to see which one of us, you or me, can get there first.
Right.
Trust me, I'm closer.
So Wilson, we will work on making sure to get you updated in your new standings. By the way, congrats on your promotion. Played really well to finish the Birmingham season and got himself a promotion to Division 4. So steady improvement, and excited to see how you do in your new division at Pinehurst. So I'm going to write a quick note down here.
Fred wants to know if he can walk the first 2 days.
100%.
Walking is generally always accepted and encouraged, depending upon the course and the rules that the course has. But in this situation, Pinehurst, all of the courses are fairly easy walks. I'd say 8 and 2 maybe the toughest walks we got there.
Sure.
Right. And I think too, it's going to be important to let everybody know kind of tee times. So, a lot of, other events are, shotgun start and throw everybody on the holes. We're not doing any of that. So tee times first 2 days, 1, 6, 8, and 9 will run from 8 to approximately 12 p.m. both days. When you get your tee time, you'll get your tee time for round 1, and you'll get your tee time for round 2 as well. And so they'll flip. So you have one early, one late, or you might have both somewhere in the middle. And so we'll just flip those tee times. You'll have the same groups first 2 days on the 2 different golf courses. And just some things to expect. We'll have a lot, I think 15 chapter owners that'll be working the 4 golf courses. And so you'll have people, if you have questions, if you have rules issues, we'll have people on the golf course. We will be marshaling pace of play. We're not going to have 6-hour rounds at Pinehurst. Let me repeat that. If we're not going to be having 6-hour rounds at Pinehurst. So if your group gets behind, we will be talking to you and moving you along. Nobody enjoys that. And so everybody's going to keep up with the group in front of them, and we're going to have a great time, and it's going to be a great experience for everybody, and just looking forward to it.
Before the first person responds to any comments from our marshal to say, well, I paid X number of dollars to be here, I'm going to enjoy it. Well, so did the other 355 players, and they want to enjoy it by you moving your rear end. So we will enforce pace of play. We don't care what the entry fee was.
That is such a great point.
It's a great point. It's fair too.
So, if, when the U.S. Opens at Pinehurst, they enforce pace of play, we can do it too. And it's one of those things that, it's just staying up with the group in front of you. It's not hard. We're going to be out there working to help you as well. And
love the comment.
Our new Seattle guy's a comedian.
He's pretty funny. I've got to say, I can't wait. We need to have Warren back on, like right before his first event, I think. So he's killing it up there in Seattle. Yeah, Brandon, have you always seen Minder holding everyone up? Okay. So I promise you I have more 3.5-hour rounds on the tour than I do anything else. So going down the first group when I actually get to play. So anyways, well, Chris is telling me we need a break real quick. We still have Jack Curry here, by the way, which after this commercial, he's probably going to change hats if I had to imagine, because we got to talk about something that, Jody and I have both been using this product. It's been helping us out. So let's check out this message from Motive CBD.
11 years in the NFL takes its wear and tear on your body. In the morning, I take the joint and muscle capsule, and then mid-morning I do orange oil, and then mid-afternoon a little bit more of the orange oil, and then when I go to bed at night I take another of the joint and muscle capsule. I found it just keeps me running smooth.
So I gotta be honest, before we were on the call with Jack, I'm making sure to get some more. I'm out all my sample stuff, and so I need some of that sleep support so Allie doesn't beat me up at night. Working late hours, it's hard to sometimes turn things off, and so did he change to the Motive hat? He did. So let's bring Jack on camera back and tell us a little bit about Motive and kind of the opportunities that the APT guys have to get their hands on a great product.
Well, thanks again, guys. The Motive CBD people are very excited to be a part of the tour, and it's resonated very well in the sales and the way in which everybody's supported the brand. The products are phenomenal. We obviously had a lot of it used at the Ryder Cup through the entire team. Got it through the PGA of America. We couldn't broadcast it, but there was people that were using it. I stood for 13 to 15 hours a day on the merchandise tent floor of cement, not sitting at one point, up from 4:30 in the morning till 9:30 at night every single day. And without CBD and the topical cream and the muscle and joint pills, I would not have survived. It is a phenomenal product. It does wonders for your body. It's all natural. It's organic. There's no drugs involved, no THC involved. If you haven't tried it, you have aches and pains, you've got pain and inflammation, you have trouble sleeping, you just need something to reduce your anxiety and stress. We've got those products, and they work, and they are being supported at retail. We're in Shield Sports now. We're in 700 different pet centers. For those of you who have cats and dogs, especially the dogs who are a little larger that have hip and issues with their legs, we have a pet chew that's phenomenal and works really, really well. Also is great for those dogs who have a little stress when it's thunder and lightning out and they're looking for ways to reduce that stress. You just give them a few chews. It'll reduce their anxiety and stress. But it works wonders for a golfer, especially that roll-on serum. Use that, put it in your bag. The best part about it is you don't have to touch it with your hands while you're out there. If you're feeling some aches and pains, you can do whatever you need to do to adhere it to your neck, to your lower back, to your knees, whatever is bothering you. And it's a great product at a great price. Again, we have the APT 20 Tour discount available to anybody who goes to motivecbd.com and there's still some available. I believe Matt has some at the store, but we can get it for you quickly. We ship from Chicago and Ohio very promptly, so it's shipped usually within 24 hours.
Cool. Yeah, trymotivewellness.com. Really good stuff. I think it's really important. Use CBD for a long time. Helps with focus, helps with sleep. Stop laughing at me, Jody. But no, but seriously,
I'm laughing at Don Hamlet. He's giving
Oh.
Timmy a hard time. Tim Harbin.
Gotcha. Sorry, I'm missing that. But it's really important when you get into the CBD industry. There's a bunch of companies out there. You can always go buy CBD at a gas station that doesn't work because there's no CBD in it. But if you actually study the science of wellness with CBD and actually understand what it does and how it helps the body to naturally heal, it's really good especially when you have a company that's homegrown. Everything's done in Ohio. It's a family business. Everything's top of the line. So highly recommend it. Appreciate you getting us set up with Motive, Jack. Obviously, we'll have some presents for Motive at Pinehurst. So if you've got questions, certainly stop by and talk. And, we can talk about the science. We can talk about, how it's helped us individually, all that good stuff. The code Indianapolis, see, they're asking what the code is, APT20, same as the 2 under code, just APT20 at trymotivewellness.com. A lot of great products, and had a couple questions as we keep talking Pinehurst, Jack. We'll keep you on with us because you keep the players' perspective going. But I want to go back to Dwayne. Jody, this is a question for you because I don't know the answer to it, so I'm hoping you do. But Dwayne wants to know, for those of us who can't make the practice round, can I hit up the range and practice green on number 8 on Sunday?
So typically, Pinehurst facilities are going to be open to guests that are staying on property. So if you're staying on property in one of the hotels that's part of the Pinehurst Resort, you'll have access to any practice facility at any of the courses, the 9 courses that are there. If you're not staying on property, you may find that it's a bit more restricted as to when and where you can get any type of practice in. So you'll probably have to reach out. If you're not staying on property, I would suggest reaching out to Allie. Send her an email at allie@aptgolf.org and let her look into that for you and see if we can get some more specific answers for you.
Definitely. I think that's good. The next question I was supposed to hit, hold on. Rick Lee's question about course rotation. I love that you brought up, Division II playing number 6 2 days in a row. Our last email we sent out, we said when we got the final numbers, we were going to work really hard to get everybody to play 3 different golf courses. So the course rotation for rounds 1 and 2 will not change. That is set in stone. We have worked really hard to get as many people as humanly possible to get to play 3 different golf courses. And I think we have solved that Rubik's Cube. And so for those not qualifying on number 2, virtually everybody in the field is going to get to play a different golf course on day 3, which I think is going to be really good. So that way you're going to get to see a little bit more of the property, play a different golf course, and really enjoy yourself. So those of you division, go ahead, Jody.
Yeah, just so that everybody understands, part of the difficulty that we faced in that is that Pinehurst number 8 is only available to our event for Monday and Tuesday for the first 2 rounds. And so for the 3rd round, we have 1, 6, and 9 available. Of course, we have 104 players that will be moving on to number 2 to play the final round, and the remainder of the field will be playing on 1, 6, and 9. So by taking 8 out of that rotation, it made it just a little more difficult for us to try to make sure that everybody got to play a different 3rd golf course for their final round. So again, for the price and the experience, and we didn't want to have a situation where we're splitting half the field up and half of you get to go play a nice course and half of you get to go play a junky course. So wanted to make it where everybody gets to play 3 really, really top shelf courses for the money that they're paying to play in this thing, and still make it worth your while on that 3rd day to go out and play hard and play well.
Yeah. So couple really good questions coming in. First one I had for you, Jody, that I thought was weird is you said something about junky course, and I'm like, bro, we're at Pinehurst. They're all top. They're all top shelf. Every single one of them.
Pinehurst.
Right. Right. And so I will tell you, I'll confess that logistically it's a little bit harder when, we're not throwing 160 players in a shotgun start, to figure everything out. But we have solved the Rubik's Cube. So virtually all of Division 2 and 3 will play their third round on Pinehurst number 9. And so we were working that out today, crunching numbers. You should have seen the math problem. It was quite interesting as we were working on that. Dwayne asked a great question. We sent out an email about this last week, but just to clarify on here, it says, with some divisions having more players, is it still the top 20 for number 2? D1 has just over 50 players when compared to D2. So here's the deal. Since we signed our contract in November of 2020 or December of 2020, we have had 104 spots on Pinehurst number 2 for the final round. One of the things is when the registrations kind of come through, we didn't really anticipate that there would be 50 people in Division 1 and 90 some people in Division 3. And so one of the values that we have on the APT is that every division matters equally. And so when we have these 104 qualifying spots, it's always been 104. It's going to be 104 people. We're going to get them on there. We are going to split those spots equally among the divisions. It's very close to 30% of the field. If you want to know what your qualifying chance is, it's pretty much, I think it's like 29.28% or something like that when we did the math, as it kind of falls, take 104 divided by our final field size of like 358, and you'll see the percentage. And then you'll get to really close for the spots, and we're going to try to work that in. We'll be getting some more details on that. We've reached out to Pinehurst to finalize just a couple of the plans on that. That'll be something we'll talk about next week in great detail on that. After that, Maurice asked a great question. Says, can we play a practice on our second day course after the first round of the tournament? Yes, you can. 100%. And I know somebody's going to throw up a big thing. The rule changed in 2019. The only way it's against the rules is if we put something in the local rules that bans it, we are not. You're at Pinehurst. This is a once in a lifetime experience. Go play as much golf as you want to. They're going to change the pins. You have access. If you want to book a practice round after your first round of golf, we're going to try to get pairings out as soon as we can get everyone in the field. We're going to start working on pairings, so you'll have that, and you'll know which day you're going early, which day you're going late, and you can start to work on some afternoon tee times.
You cannot practice on the course the day of before the round. So if you're playing on Pinehurst number 1 and you go out and putt around on the 5th green or hit chips around the 3rd green, that is practicing on the golf course, and that is against the rules.
You will be DQ'd.
Yes. And it has unfortunately, it has happened this year, and so it's a lesson. It's a lesson that the player had to learn, and honestly, even the tournament committee had to learn as well and figure out how to deal with it. But sure. Yes, you can practice after the round is complete, but you cannot practice on the course prior to play.
Yes, that is. But after the round, after you play your round, go have fun. You're at Pinehurst. Go play as much golf as you can. Keep in mind that we don't have a block of anything, so you're going to have to book those directly with Pinehurst. So,
and as busy as the golf courses are, if you're wanting to go out for a replay or something in the afternoon after our rounds or after our event, you may end up having to go out as a single and just filing in wherever they have a hole or a spot in their tee sheet. It's going to be slim pickings. I can assure you of that.
Yeah, it's going to get dark quicker too. So it's definitely going to be a little problem when you're trying to go back out there in the afternoon if you don't get done until 12:30 or 1 o'clock.
Yeah, I would recommend going ahead and making or getting a reservation on the Cradle,
Cradle's really good.
Like that. The Cradle is a great way to spend an hour and a half or so in the afternoon. Go, take 4 or 5 clubs and kick your shoes off and have a good time.
So one more question. Actually, we'll do the question when we come back. I'm getting told that we are overdue for a message from our friends at Turtleson, and then we've got a new chapter owner we'll bring into the conversation too. We're just going to keep everything going around Pinehurst and introduce our new chapter owner. So take a look from this message from our friends at Turtleson. So I'm telling you, Turtleson, man. Where did Jody go? Oh, there he is. He's still here.
I have a question that's coming in from the hotline here, straight from Memphis. Ed McDougal wants to know if they will be receiving yardage books, or is that something they should buy early when they play their practice round? And if they're getting them from us, will they be able to get them before their practice round?
Gotcha.
Ed's always thinking ahead, planning ahead.
He is thinking ahead. That's a good question. Things that we don't think of necessarily as we're planning this. Yardage books are available for sale in the Pinehurst Pro Shop, and it is something that you should take advantage of if you would want them for your tournament rounds. Definitely. Couple questions. Did see that Russell got back on. Rex wants to know, can only the qualifiers that make number 2 allowed to finish in the top prize money? Or in the prize money, example, prefers to finish 21st and plays a different course. They shoot lower than several at number 2 and finish 15th overall. So it is going to work like a cut. And so the top, how many ever qualifying spots there are for number 2, it's a little bit different based on the divisions. They're locked into those positions. But there is going to be a separate prize pool for those that don't make number 2 as well. And so if for some reason you don't qualify for number 2, you're still going to have some Visa gift cards, right? Visa gift cards, just point out.
Baby.
Visa gift cards to play for on the last day. And so certainly not going to be out of it, certainly not a thing. But, if you're in Division 3, let's just say, this is a terrible example, but you're in 24th place and you shoot 63 on number 9, and somehow you're beat everyone that played number 2, you're not going to be the North American Championship. So not only will you not be the North American champion, but if you shoot 63 in Division 3, you're
probably going to be DQ'd.
So anyways,
so just to touch on that real quick, Matt, this format that we're using is a very similar format that's used in most of the USGA major championships that they have. It's also a format that was previously used for the PGA Championship, where you have so many holes of stroke play to qualify for the championship round, and then it's either match play or a shootout after that for the final round or final 2 rounds. So just like in the US Mid-Am, you play 2 rounds of stroke play to qualify for the top 64 to get into match play, and then it's match play after that. That's the way our championship's going to work, where you'll play your first 2 rounds to qualify to get into that final round for the shootout. Everybody that's in the final round at number 2 will be eligible to win the North American Championship. The remainder of the field, rather than getting sent home, will still be able to play their 3rd round and play for a different prize pool. So again, there's still plenty to play for in that 3rd day.
Correct. And it's going to be really fun. Looking at things, Alien Baby wants to know how the weather's looking. The answer is it's still a little bit early to tell because we're about 21 days out. And so I don't want to jinx anything, but the weather in October in North Carolina is fantastic.
Usually spectacular.
Yeah, it's usually spectacular. So don't want to jinx it. Maurice wants to know, is Allie making cradle reservations? Maurice, I will reach out to you once we get off the call. I got an email somewhere from our Pinehurst person that told me how to do that. I'm going to have to go dig in. We emailed back and forth about 32 times in the last 4 days. And so
I want a cradle reservation.
I know. We got to figure out how to make that happen. So little cradle action. I love how you just like froze with your hand up, Jody. So
one club challenge.
do you want to video that? That could be a good hype video on Friday. Me against you.
One club challenge on the cradle.
Ooh,
I'm gonna get my
that'd be a great
butt
one.
kicked. What club are you picking right now?
Oh gosh. Probably a 9-iron.
I gotta think about that. Do I have to pick now?
No.
What I was gonna say, what's the longest hole at the cradle?
Although I could probably take a lob wedge and just belly that sucker and beat the crap out of you all the way around that place.
All I know is, as disturbing as it was to me that during the final round of the Masters, all those people that watched our match at Victoria National live, I feel like we'd get more of an audience at the cradle in a one club challenge.
Oh yeah, it'd be great.
But I'm certainly down for it. So
I think somebody just came in at 130 yards. I think somewhere around there, it's 130 to 140.
Yeah, that's why I said 9-iron. I can take a little off of it. I can tee it up and hit it high on the shorter holes out of a bunker. But on that 130-yard shot, nice smooth 9, maybe a strong pitching wedge.
Yep.
Definitely. Well, a couple questions. Kevin wants to know where you can get that hat. Well, you'll be at my house tomorrow, Kevin, and we've got a bunch in stock, so we can get you set up with a 2-under hat. That's not a problem. Allie's uncle, ladies and gentlemen. So he's got to come beat up on me this weekend. Let's see.
Are you
Felix wants to know.
Are you asking him for permission?
Right there.
Yeah, I know. She's listening.
She's right there. She could hear us. So come on, Jody. But anyways, I already have permission from Uncle Kevin because I'm his golfing partner. So we're good. We'll be teaming up at OCN, and he saw the announcement last week 2 weeks ago about the 4-ball at Banded Dunes, and he's like, Banded Dunes. So we'll be talking more about that. Let's see. What was the other? Felix wants to know if the winner of this year's national championship earns paid rights to next year's nationals. The answer is no, but I can tell you with the $750 you'll win, you will have more than enough on that Visa gift card if you want to pay for next year's nationals and still take your wife to a nice dinner. So can't tell you where next year's nationals is going to be yet, but we are absolutely excited about that. And anyways, before we got to get Russell Cook into the conversation, guys.
Yep.
So Russell Cook, what's up, buddy? You are on the big screen now.
What's up? Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
We can.
Wow, they got internet in Mississippi. That's amazing.
We do have internet in Mississippi. This is my first time doing Facebook Live, so I go for Chris while to make sure I did it right.
Okay, it looks good, man. You're doing good. Well, welcome to the team. For those that don't know, so the former Memphis director, Bart Watkins, our dear friend, the first person to jump onto the APT train. We're forever indebted to him. Has got a business that is blowing up, and so he needs to spend some time focusing on it. So he's going to retire. Still a great friend of the APT, a great supporter. But Russell, you got big shoes to fill stepping in, and we're excited to have you on board. So welcome.
Thank you. I'm honored to be the one that was considered for this position when Bart stepped away, and you're exactly right. Bart did a great job previously on that other tour, and then we'll have to get Jody one night to tell the story about the way that Bart came on board with APT.
It is a pretty good story. At some point we'll tell it, I'm sure, but it's gonna be a good time. We're excited to see. I know as the St. Louis guy, I'm looking forward to working with you some more. I know we're already talking about doing some joint events. As soon as I say that, I know all my St. Louis guys are gonna start putting Tallahassee in the chat because everybody wants to play there. So we're gonna try to work on that some. And
yeah, a little TPC Southwind isn't bad either.
We're
correct.
Southwind is something that we're looking at. I can't make any promises yet, but it's definitely something I've reached out to, and I've got a conversation at least set up with them. But Matt, I see that that cute little silver trophy just over your left shoulder. Shout out to Bart after that one right there. After Memphis took care of Birmingham this past weekend, and the trophy was presented to Bart. I felt very fortunate that Bart turned and presented that trophy to me as the new owner, and so it's sitting on my dresser next to my bed.
Sweet.
And then I was told that since Memphis beat Nashville a couple years ago, and now we've beaten Birmingham, that we have to call out St. Louis for next year.
I mean, if you want that beating, you're welcome to ask for
it. If things go according to plan, I'm gonna have a lineup next year that'll give you a run for your money.
Hey, looking forward to it. That is the kind of competition that we want on the APT. Which local chapter can have the best schedule? Because there's some really good schedules out there, and I know everybody's trying to bring in Keith and Jack in the conversation. Everybody's trying to elevate and separate their schedule from all the other amateur tours around. So we're working on the same vein there.
Hey,
yeah,
Warren,
welcome to the team, man.
Hey, Warren Otley, you see how Nashville just got relegated? Come on, man.
So I didn't relegate you. I just said if they want a piece,
we'll just work our way through.
Bring it on.
I can give you my Venmo handle now to just handle the bets, Russell.
Hey,
if you want.
as much as it pains me to say this, that trophy that Russell got's the only thing that a Mississippi boy got from Alabama last weekend.
Easy now. Easy now. That was from an Ole Miss guy. That was a low blow joke. Talking about Venmo handles. This the APT Cup I'm drinking out of tonight. If y'all can see the logo there, if I can find it. I'm sipping on a little. It's called Templeton Rye. It's I believe it's made in Iowa. I won that off of Russ Donaldson, the Birmingham chapter owner. Thanks to my Memphis guys winning last weekend, he and I had a little bourbon bet, and I came away with a pretty good bottle.
Well,
very nice.
Match play is not for everybody, Derek Nicholson.
Oh man. So man, I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be fun. As you guys see, the team's really coming together. One of the key pieces of culture in the APT is, the chapter owners collaborating together, working together, building relationships, building friendships. We're going to a little owners retreat. That's going to be really fun. I'm sure y'all are hear about lots of bets going on down there in December, but, really working hard to train, really elevate our game for 2022. And, it's going to be a good season. So talking to these guys about their schedules, I'm excited to start to get some of these local schedules out around the country. And so Russell, you'll certainly fit in well. And we appreciate you jumping on board. There was one question I wanted to hit real quick because it's got asked a couple times. Tim wants to know, Tim Robinson, if the pairings for day 1 and day 2 are going to be the same. The answer is yes and no. So you'll be playing with the same group, but you won't necessarily be at the same time. So if you're at 8 o'clock one day, you may be at 11:30 the next day, things like that. We will reverse it. So you'll get one early, one late. Do it very similar to how the PGA Tour does pairings on round 1 and round 2. And so that way you'll know everything going on the first 2 days. And then, obviously things will change going into day 3 as we get ready to crown some champions.
Matt.
Yes, sir.
Real quick, I just want to say this about when you're talking about schedules. I'm going to kind of tease it, kind of like you and Jody do with a lot of the national majors. I don't have anything on contract yet, but I've got 2 or 3 events in the Memphis Mid-South area that I'm working on next year. Just want to give everybody a heads up. Watch our schedule as it's coming out, because there's going to be 2 or 3 events that if I can get what I'm trying to work on, it's going to be something that the St. Louis guys, Nashville guys, Birmingham, Atlanta, there's going to be some local tours that want to come take part in that. So just kind of keep an eye on that. I'm not going to tell everybody what it is, but it's a couple things in the works that I think would be really cool for some guys to travel in for.
Nice.
Cool.
You'll have to get on. You'll have to go on the tee with Arthur Miller Jr. Do some schedule talk.
I actually talked to Arthur this past weekend, and I think Arthur and he and I are still going to work on kind of confirming everything out and talking some more. But as of right now, it looks like I'm going to get Arthur kind of help me run things. Arthur cares about this tour as much as I do, and as much as you guys do, and I think he would be just an absolutely fantastic guy to have helping me put on our events and set everything up. So I'm looking forward to working with him and working with, local owners. I've already talked to Larry over in Arkansas about something I want to work out with him. So that's I can't say enough about coming from the old tour. And even though it's a lot of the same guys on our tour, coming from the old tour into this new tour, it feels like the camaraderie and the close-knit tightness of our group has gotten even better in the last year. So I would put my tour from a top to bottom standpoint of guys on our tour, as far as everybody getting along, I'd put it up against any tour on the APT right now. So I'm very blessed and very fortunate to take over a group of guys that I've got.
Cool. Well,
when you got guys like Hack and Neil and Vince and Arthur and Ed McDougall, you got a great core group. So it's not going to be hard to keep recruiting more players that want to hang out and play with those guys.
Cool.
No doubt.
Hey, well, we're going to have to wrap up. I did want to answer one more question. Paul was asking about Hilton Head, and the only thing I'd say to that is reach out to Lee Dixon. Lee Dixon at aptgolf.org. He's getting started in the Charleston, South Carolina area. I know they're going to get some events going this fall. I would highly, highly recommend reaching out to him. He's going to handle that area of South Carolina. And so definitely talk to him about, ask him about his vision and what he's bringing around. And I think you'll be impressed. He's a very, very good dude. And it's going to be a really good chapter owner and member of our team. So other than that, we are probably going to sign off for tonight, Jody, because we've went way long. So Chris is telling me I need to talk to Pete. Is the Skins game buy-in going to be increased? That's a good question.
Just bring you a Benjamin Franklin. That'll cover everything. We'll tell you how we're going to break it down next week. Just have a Ben Franklin in your pocket. You'll be good to go.
Good point.
I like it. So other than that, tune in next Thursday. We'll be talking a lot about the final round of number 2. We'll be talking about, I think we still got a couple more national majors to announce, don't we?
Oh yeah. We got, we still have things in the works.
Couple more chapter owners.
Yeah. I mean, we're looking at some courses in the South, Southwest, I should say. Also the extreme West and possibly something else in the Midwest. So still things in the works, things out there. All of our chapter owners, I've had several conversations. I know you too, Matt, we're getting them onboarded into the 22 portal. So they're all working hard on getting their schedule put together as well. So it's going to be very exciting over the next several weeks as everybody starts rolling that out. Always my favorite time of the year to start seeing that big composite schedule get put together so I can start mapping out where I'm going to go next year.
Definitely. So it's going to be good. There's going to be some really good announcements for chapter owners in new markets that you won't want to miss the next couple of weeks. I will say that. Some really, really good stuff. So I'm getting told that we're getting kicked off by Master Control. So we'll have to save those announcements till next week. Definitely stay tuned in. Cut.
Thanks, everybody.
So appreciate it, Jack. Thanks for coming on.
You bet.
Russell, welcome to the team, and we'll
Appreciate it.
catch you guys later.
Way to go, Russell.
Thank you. I appreciate everybody.
Now on the tee from Las Vegas, from Charlotte, North Carolina.